Want to go back to the phone lines now. Deion, Fremont, California, listening on the web. Hi, Deion.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, thank you.
Good, good. Real quick, I almost had a chance to meet you at the neighborhood church when you in Castro Valley when you came out to speak, but the line was a little too long. I had to hurry up and get home. But yeah, I almost had. But my question, Hank, and I appreciate your ministry, is that my pastor is he just started a church about a year ago, and I kind of had some reservations about joining the church. Me and my wife prayed about it, and we didn't really feel like the Lord was telling us not to. But anyway, so then we joined the ministries and different things, and then we started to notice when I would look on the website that there was no statement of faith or no tenets of faith, no mission statement. It didn't really speak about the Trinity and different things like that. And I brought it up to the pastor, and it was kind of like he kind of danced around it a little bit. So anyway, then over the last year, we've been a member there for a little over a year, and I've heard him make references to like TD Jakes being one of his mentors, and Rick Warren and some of these guys and different things like that who are kind of questionable. And there's another minister that he mentioned about whose name I can't remember right now, but I'm kind of starting to feel like maybe we shouldn't be there. And this guy is a pretty famous pastor. I mean, you would know him if I mentioned his name, but I don't want to do that over the air. But what do you think about that, and what are your feelings about that?
Well, first of all, I think that you need to make a very big distinction between Rick Warren and TD Jakes. Rick Warren preaches an orthodox gospel. I may disagree with him on secondary issues, but on the essentials, I stand shoulder to shoulder with him. But that's not the case with TD Jakes, particularly as you mentioned with respect to the Trinity. He has taught overtly modalistic theology, oneness Pentecostalism type theology. But not only that, he has been very, very manipulative with respect to money. For example, he says, take out your wallets. Get it out right now, get it out right now, get it out right now, get it out right now. Get it in your hand and hold it up in the air. Hallelujah, your wallet, your billfold, your checkbook. God said, I will heal your money. And then he goes on to say there are certain truths that transcend all principles, and giving to get, catch that, giving to get is one of them. It would be ridiculous for me to pray that God would give your money back to you, because if all he was going to do was give it back to you, you ought to keep it in the first place. That's ridiculous. If you got $100 or $1,000 and you were going to get $1,000, I'd tell you what, you broke even. You could have kept $1,000 and not gone through all that trouble. Now, of course, what he's saying is far from the truth. Hopefully no one thinks that's what I was saying. I was quoting TD Jakes. But it's not ridiculous to give to the kingdom, because what you're doing is seeking to extend his kingdom. You're meeting the needs of those who have needs. So it's not ridiculous to give, not to get, but just to give for the extension of God's kingdom, for his glory. But he's teaching a give-to-get theology, and he's saying if you give $100, you should expect a return more than $100. This is not what the Bible teaches at all, and it is very manipulative, to say the least. Again, I've written about this. In fact, he is included in my book, Christianity in Crisis, 21st Century, available through the Ministry of the Christian Research Institute. You can check it out on the World Wide Web at equip.org. Coming to a station.